for part 2, we have ABC with A, -2 and 3. So we'll chart that. -2, x equals -2. Y equals +3, and that would be point A. B is +4 and +1. Good. That's B. C is 1 and -3, and that is C. So that is the triangle ABC. And we're going to rotate in the x-axis. So in the x-axis, remember the x remains the same. So A prime would be, x stays the same, but the y would change. So A prime would be -2 and -3. 1, 2, 3. Notice it goes the same distance from the x-axis there, 3. B prime, 4 would stay the same, but x or y would change to -1. So that would be right here, B prime. Notice again, distance of 1 from the x-axis from both. And C would become 1 and +3. So we've got 1 and +3. This would be C prime. So that would be reflected through the x-axis there. That would be the reflection. Okay, 8. ABC, A would be 0.32. B would be 0, 1. And C would be -2, -1, 2, 3. That would be C. And now we're going through this y-axis right here. So for the y-axis, the y remains the same and the x changes. So this would be -3 and 2. So this would be A prime. B would still be 0, 1. B and B prime would be the same point there. And C prime would become 2 and -3. So 2, +2, and -3. This would be C prime. So the triangle image would look like this. Okay. Number 9. We're going through the origin right now. And remember, for the origin, we go x, y to -x and -y. So we're changing the sign. So D is 0 and -3. So that's D. E is 1 and +3. F is 3. E. 3 and 3. And G is 4 and -1, 2, 3. That is G. So your shape pre-image would look like that. Okay, and now we're just changing the sign on both those. So D, instead of 0 and -3, would be 0 and +3. So 0 and +3. This would be D prime. E prime would be -1 and -3. So -1 and -3. That would be E prime. F prime would be -3 and -3. F prime. And G prime would be negative 4 and positive 3. So negative 4, positive 3, and that would be G prime. So that would be the image that you create. Next one, we've got RSTU. R is negative 1 and positive 3. S is 2 and 4. T is negative 2 and negative 3. And U is negative 5 and negative 2. Good. So then this shape is R, S, T, U. And that's what the pre-image would look like. Then we're going through Y equals X. So what we do there is we switch the Y and X coordinates. So R prime would just be 3 and negative 1 in this one. So R would be 1, 2, 3 and negative 1. So this is R prime. S prime would be 4 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2 would be S prime. Connect those. T prime would be negative 3 and negative 2. Negative 3, 2. This would be T prime. And then U prime would be negative 2 and negative 5. So negative 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this would be U prime. So R, S, T, U. So that would be the image reflected. Okay, the next one here is Y equals negative X. So you flip them and then do the opposite. For example, H prime would be now negative 5 and positive 2 there, for example. So first we'll do the first one. So we've got negative 2 and positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be H, the original. I would be 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is I. J is negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and negative 1. That would be J right there. Then K would be negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and positive 3. 1, 2, 3. And that would be K there. Right? Negative 4, positive 3. Okay, so we've got H, okay, so this would be what the image looks like. Okay, so then H prime would become negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and positive 2. So that'll be H prime right there. I prime would become negative 5 and negative 2. So negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and negative 2, 1, 2. That would be I prime right there. J prime would be positive 1 and positive 4. And K prime would be negative 3 and positive 4. So negative 3, 1, 2, 3, positive 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be K prime. So this image look like this. It's almost overlapping, but if you notice, like, this is J here and this is J here. This is I and this is I here, so it's flipped as well. But almost over top there. The next one here, A is 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3. That's A. B is negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and positive 1, 2, 3. That is B. C is negative 4 and negative 5. 1, 2, 5. Right? So this becomes a right angle. So we're creating two reflections in this one. So first we'll do in the x-axis. So A prime, the original, would be the x-axis, x remains the same. And then the y changes to the opposite. So be 1. A prime is 1 and negative 3. 1, 2, 3. This would be A prime. B prime would be x remains the same. B or y changes to negative 3, so it'd be negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 3. 1, 2, 3. So that would be B prime right there. C prime, again, x remains the same and y changes, so that would be negative 4 and positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is C prime right there. So that is the first one. Now we have to take that and change it over the y-axis. Okay, so A prime prime, the x is going to change and the y stays the same. So we've got A prime prime is negative 1, negative 3. B prime prime would be y-axis, so this would be 4 and negative 3, because the y stays the same, the x changes. So it would be positive 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and negative 1, 2, 3. So this is B double prime. And then C double prime would be 4 and 5. So we've got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this would be C double prime here. So this would be the final image right here. So this is a y-axis, and this is the x-axis one. That is part 2.